A favorite local concert venue is right at this moment undergoing its first post renovation unveiling. After a $12 million overhaul, the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall opens its doors this morning. Earlier this week, we had a chance to sit down with Dianya Markovits with SJC Cultural Events, which manages the venue. She says the overhaul goes beyond transforming the physical space and aims to reshape the audience experience. Let's take a listen. Hey, Diana, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Anne. Thank you so much for having me.
So this is exciting. This whole week is exciting for you, I'm sure. Start by telling us kind of why the need for the renovation in the first place.
Certainly. We found that post pandemic, we really had the need to expand the facility. It really needed some outdoor spaces, some outdoor gathering spaces. It needed an expanded capacity. We read all of our Google reviews, positive and negative, and we really said, hey, let's take the time to renovate and reimagine what this Ponte Vedra Concert Hall can really do
Yeah.
in terms of live music experiences.
And so the concept was to somewhat enlarge, to make the space a little bit more welcoming, accessible. Tell us a little bit about how that took shape and what new, like what changes people that have been there before will notice.
Well, immediately you'll notice a huge increase in capacity. We went from 10,000 square feet to 25,000 square feet. So our capacity is now 615 seated, 1,100 standing, which again is a over 25% capacity increase. You'll notice that we now have an elevator. We have a second floor balcony with a house left, a house right seating, and stadium seating. Those are some of the biggest noticeable differences that you can see when you walk in. You'll also notice that we have an upstairs and downstairs outdoor terrace now, which allows for that gathering space that we identified as needed during the pandemic.
How fun. Okay, so you'll be able to, I know that there was like a little, patio space that had been developed, but this is going to be two-tiered outdoor kind of balcony spaces to just to hang out.
Just to hang out. Yes, we again, another aspect to it was people were tired of waiting in lines for drinks or food, so we increased the number of concessions. So we went from so we now have two on the top floor and two on the bottom floor, and then we've enhanced our food and beverage offerings altogether. So with partnership with St. Augustine Distillery, we've incorporated some brand new, very exciting cocktails, and then we brought on a classically trained chef to oversee our food offerings. And I'm very excited because it's locally sourced, seasonally curated menu that you would not expect at a concert hall.
Oh,
But it
excellent.
really stemmed from, we noticed that in a lot of these reviews, people wanted more space. They're making an investment in a live music experience. We understand it's not, your tickets aren't $10 anymore.
Yeah, right.
So, and it's a night out. You're going out to dinner, you're getting a babysitter, all kinds of things. So we really wanted to make this experience, this night out, unparalleled, truly an exceptional experience for both the fan and the artist. So backstage, artists will notice all new green rooms for them.
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
Yes.
So first of all, what brings an artist to Ponte Vedra Concert Hall? I'm curious also what brings an audience. I mean, you talk about a fuller experience, and I'm guessing part of that need that an audience member has is driven by the fact that it is a little bit out of the way.
Hmm.
It's not,
Hmm.
downtown, either St. Augustine or Jacksonville. Um, and so it is a destination in some ways that maybe other venues, don't need that full experience.
And we realize that it is an investment in time to make the trip to come to the venue, but we want to make it absolutely worth the while, both again for the fan and the artist. For the artist, they know that when they arrive, they can relax. It's imperative to us that we read their riders, that we meet all of their needs, because they've been traveling. Maybe they're a little uncomfortable. Maybe they're cranky because you've been on the road. We want them to come to the concert hall and relax, have comfortable seating, know that we have washer and dryer and showers on site for them. If they need, they forgot their toothbrush or something like that, we want to be as hospitable as possible, and that really adds to their when they look forward to coming back. And many of them do come back year after year after year. Marty Stewart is somebody that we've had a number of times, and we're thrilled to have him every time because he knows when he comes to the concert hall, he can relax. He knows that all of his needs are met and that his show is going to be exceptional because we went through every aspect of what his show requires to put on an exceptional show.
One thing that's cool about this venue is this in the stadium seating and then the upstairs seating that you've described. Sometimes there's this balance you have to strike between, is it going to be a standing show? Is it going to be a seated show? Sometimes you'll hear complaints from people that they wanted a place to sit, but it's a standing show. Now, you've said that that's a call that the artist makes, not necessarily one that the venue makes, but this kind of gives you that flexibility to have both.
Absolutely. If a standing show, if you have somebody that says, yes, I want my audience on their feet, I want them having a great time, but we know that some of their fans might be in a different mobility, might also have different preferences for their show experience. Yes, they can choose to sit in our brand new stadium seating. We have 215 seats as part of that stadium seating with tiered seating, so there is no obstructed view. And then you do have balconies on the left and right side. Again, single file, so there's no obstructed view there either. And you can't get closer to the stage than in those balcony seats. It really is a treat to sit in them.
That's so cool. And so this is a venue that has been around. It started as a Baptist church back in the 80s, but the county's had it now since like 2006 or something.
2000, yes, you're right.
And so this is a big revisioning of it. You're going to have a grand reopening with the guy who's actually the voice behind Man of Constant Sorrow and the Oh Brother Where Art Thou
Yes, Dan
soundtrack, which I
Tyminski.
thought was kind of, I didn't realize that was, but he's a big bluegrass artist
Yes.
and very popular, toured a lot with Alison Krauss back in the day. And so how was he chosen? How did he become the opening night artist?
Absolutely. He's actually, we have grown to our programming director and chief of programming and our CEO president have become friends with his management, and they knew that Dan is one of the most relaxed artists. So maybe not everything is perfect opening night. That
I'm sure it will be.
Yes, it's going to be fantastic. But we know that he will go easy and he will say, I understand. We're still going to have a great show.
Yeah. Roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches. But we love him. We love his show. We know that he has deep roots. He is an exceptional multi-Grammy award-winning bluegrass artist. So you may not know the name, but you definitely know the songs.
Yeah. And this venue has seen so many great concerts come through. I mean, Trampled by Turtles, Ani DeFranco, Neutral Milk Hotel. I mean, there's been so many. And, I guess we look at someone like you who gets to attend these shows and think like, wow, what a great job. I feel like I see you at these, awesome concerts, but you're always running around doing something. I mean, you're a very busy person. And so it's not just like getting to hang out and watch the shows.
Right. Yeah, it's not, but it's part of the excitement. And there's a huge team behind this. I mean, behind every show you've got anywhere, you've got 30 to 100 extra people on site for those shows between Ponte Vedra Concert Hall and the St. Augustine Amphitheater. Puts a lot to put on a show. But I will say I have to give the biggest accolades to Jerry Wilson, who has been the driving force behind this renovation, who has been there every single day in the morning, making sure that our renovation is on task and that we're going to meet that August 1st opening night.
And that's the Friends of the Concert Hall group. Is that right?
Yes. So the Friends of the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall actually became the driving force behind the whole idea of a second floor balcony. They launched a balcony campaign in 2020, and we said we're going to have balcony seats. And lo and behold, we've expanded the facility almost 27% now, and much to the energy and the enthusiasm and the strategy of Jerry Wilson.
Yeah, because it really required that partnership in addition to some of the funding that came from the county level. Is that right?
Yes, we call it a four-legged stool, really. It's a partnership between, it's a public-private partnership with St. Johns County and SJC Cultural Events, Inc. and SJC Administration. And then you have Friends of the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall that rounds out that four-legged stool. We all work in coordination to impact live music and cultural events in St. Johns County.
Okay.
But Friends of the Ponte Vedra Concert Hall really started this whole campaign with saying, why don't we have a balcony?
Yeah.
We should have a balcony. We've got a second floor. We just never opened it up.
Right. And so how much did this renovation overall end up costing?
It was $12.9 million.
Okay.
So you have construction costs, you have a complete renovation of the building. We did a surgical demolition to bring the building to its bare bones, but we wanted to keep its authenticity, and then have our architect, Mike Copenhafer, who's a local architect here, come in with his vision. And then we had the contractors come in, and then we had sound, we had acoustical treatments, acoustical designs. We spent nearly 1 million in sound and lighting equipment.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to see an exceptional show. We're only one of 3 in the United States that carries the sound package that we have. It's L Acoustics. And I can't tell you how excited our production team is. They have been playing with this amazing equipment for the past 2 weeks since they've been installed. So when someone comes to see a show, when we talk about the investment in time, because it's not in downtown Jacksonville, it's not in this, downtown St. Augustine, it's an investment in time to make it out to Ponte Vedra, but it's absolutely worth it because you're going to see not only an amazing performance, but sound and lights wise, it's unparalleled. It's truly unparalleled experience.
And so, first show, but you're also starting to book out even into next year. I saw
Yes.
that like Judy Collins is booked for the early part of 2026. How quickly do those slots fill up? How and kind of when do you think that schedule will be more fleshed out?
Yes. So right now we have 40 bands booked.
Wow.
And then our aim is to have 180 shows a year. So that's that's quite a lot. So, but we know that we can do it. We know that we've got the facility for it, and there's been a lot of interest from artists who have played previous that are excited to come back to that venue. But also, we have a bigger stage now, so we can have larger bands, maybe with bigger ensembles now, which is very exciting. So you're going to see more new artists come. But a lot of those artists that, it's a beloved venue for them to come and play. And we're excited to welcome them back. But someone who's coming is Leslie Jones, an SNL alum.
Oh, wow. That'll be
Incredibly
so fun.
excited. Lyle Lovett, Melissa Etheridge, Mountain Goats are coming back. Ben Folds is playing. It's just a big, wonderful lineup. And our chief programming officer, Carrie Baker, does an amazing job of booking that venue.
Boy, is she going to be busy.
She is going to be busy. She and her team are constantly booking shows.
Yeah. Well, Dianya Markovits, she's the Director of Public Relations and Partnerships at St. Johns County Cultural Events. Thank you so much for being here, and just good luck with the venue.
Thank you so much.